I'm Julia Coyne here with the Varsity Sports Show at Mountain View High School for Mountain View to kick it off. Currently to Skyline High School here with flag football. I'm here with my color analyst, Mason Byers. Mason, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good. It's a beautiful night for football, and we have the kickoff starting under the way here for Mountain View versus Skyline. So it looks like that ball got stopped there at that 35-yard line. But no, I'm definitely excited. I mean, Mountain View comes to this game 9-1. We got to talk to the coach a little bit pregame. This team they lost to Millennium in their fifth game of the year, but they've really turned things around. I mean, they're averaging 42.6 points per game since that loss. When previously in their first five, they averaged 15. So the offense is clicking, the defense is firing on all cylinders, and Skyline. I mean, we talked to their coach too. They're trying to, you know, shake the feathers a little bit.
Quarterback is running the ball to the right, and gets stopped there at about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, and that was Serenity Rojas. I mean, Serenity Rojas. I mean, you look at the type of offense they run. They definitely run kind of an option offense for Serenity. Make it simple, make it easy reads, and she uses her legs a lot. I mean, she's actually their leading rusher as well as their passer. I mean, that actually puts her over 300 rushing yards on the year, three rushing touchdowns. So definitely expect that from Skyline. Skyline comes to this game 4-6. Both of these teams after this, they only have one more regular season game. Then we get right into playoffs. So both teams are still trying to get everything right before playoffs happen, and we're gonna see more Serenity.
For sure. Serenity in the back, giving the ball and hands it off to that looks like number 5, picking up a couple yards. She's brought down. Looks to be at the 40-yard line, picking up about 3 yards there.
Yeah, number five, Savannah Allen on that carry, and you're like I said, I mean, lots of creative run plays that Coach Cole for Skyline runs. And you see Mountain View, they're very disciplined on that play, a little jet reverse there by Mountain View, but they stayed pretty disciplined on their front, and they only allowed a couple yards, but they did hit that 40-yard mark. So I mean, Skyline just wanted to pick up that first down. Now they face a 1st and 20, have to get to the Mountain View's 40 to move the chains, and I expect kind of more creative run plays as Coach Cole was talking about. They're just trying to make their offense a little simpler and easy for all the players involved.
Rojas with the ball, looking to throw and finds her receiver, and she's caught it and picks up a couple yards. And that looks like that was number 6, Ava Hood, senior for Skyline.
Yeah, and about a gain of 5, like you said, Julia. I mean, again, pretty simple concepts that Skyline's running, but I mean, it's honestly been effective so far. I mean, a lot of these teams, they try to go for the big play right away, but sometimes it's about setting up that small game to set up, the long balls or the long running plays. And again, though, Mountain View staying really disciplined. I mean, it was pretty solid coverage there. Hall just kind of found a little space in the zone there, but 2nd and 15 coming up. I'm interested to see if they use Serenity more here with their legs.
Definitely. And they've given it to looks like number 20 or number 12, excuse me, and that is Chelsea Dodson. Interesting play there, able to pick up a couple yards, and that'll bring up third down.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen. I mean, it's only 4 plays in, but super creative play calling by Coach Cole so far. I mean, that was quite literally a, a direct snap to Chelsea, who's a wide receiver for them, but kind of caught Mountain View off guard, and Skyline's kind of moving the ball pretty good so far to start the game. I mean, they're now in Mountain View's territory, and they face about a 3rd and 9 coming up here.
Definitely, and you really like to see that, especially against Mountain View. Really good team. It's definitely going to be a bit of a tough game for Skyline, but I like to see what they're doing so far. Snap to Serenity. She's looking to her right to pass, and a little quick pass there, but she's brought down, only picks up about 5 yards, and that was to number 5, Savannah Allen.
And then, of course, for Mountain View, who else but then Jenny Wilson to come up with that big flagpole there. That's now makes 65 on the year for her, leads the team by a large margin for Mountain View. She is an absolute force. I mean, she's a great pass rusher. She's got an interception on the year. I mean, she's pretty much everywhere on the ball. I've gotten to speak to her before, and she's only a sophomore, believe it or not, but she looks like she's been playing for many years.
Skyline will be kicking off the ball. Good kick there. And she picks it up and is running to the right, passes it off there, and she's brought down at about the 25.
I mean, I know I was talking about Skyline's creative plays, but if you want to talk about some creative plays as well, Coach Arzaga for Mountain View, the schemes he puts together and the absolute play designs he puts together is pretty unique um, for flag football. I mean, you just saw Lacey Lamoureux kind of pitch the ball there to Emma Fishbeck. Those are their two number one receivers on the team, kind of 1A, 1B type situation. So we get a first look at this Mountain View offense, which, like I said earlier in the broadcast, has been very dominant in the past 5 games.
Definitely. It'll be really interesting to see what they do here on this drive. And she tosses it to number 21, and that is Paige Hunt, able to pick up quite a few yards there. That'll bring up second down.
Exactly, and one of the biggest players on this team is Metcalf by far, also a sophomore. So they're kind of led by two sophomores. So both freshmen last year, which led them to a 6A championship. But you can definitely see Metcalf's improvement from last year to this year. I mean, she threw 30 interceptions last year. She only has 10 this year. So definitely a big improvement, and as she's led the charge for this offense.
Definitely. It's really cool to see. And Metcalf with the ball again. She's running for it and is brought down at about the 40.
And again, I know it sounds like a broken record, but another dual threat quarterback. This time, Metcalf using her dual threat ability. She has over 500 rushing yards on the year. A lot of teams forget, she's an excellent passer, but a lot of teams kind of forget about that rushing ability that Metcalf holds. I mean, especially when they kind of get down in that end zone area. Definitely look out for her to keep the ball herself and call her own name and try to find the end zone.
For sure. She does have the most rushing yards on the team, too, which is really interesting. Metcalf with the ball. She's looking to throw and decides to run it. Able to pick up about, I want to say, 10 yards.
Again, I mean, just another sign of improvement from Metcalf. I mean, last year you probably would see her try to stay in the pocket a little bit longer and try to find a throw, and could end up resulting in a sack or forcing a ball in a place it shouldn't be. And Metcalf said, "I don't like what I see," and she took off running, and that was a pretty good pickup there. That was about can't do math really good. 14 yards. Sorry, folks, not the best mathematician, but second and short coming up here for the Toros offense, and they're finding a good rhythm.
Looking to pick up about 6 yards for the first down. Or excuse me, like 1 yard. And Metcalf looking to throw, getting pressure there, and it was an incompleted pass.
And if you're the Skyline Coyotes, this is definitely the type of game plan that you want to bring. They're bringing two rushers to start the game. Sometimes people bring one, have two safeties deep, but they're bringing two to start, and I think that's good. You kind of, with a quarterback like Metcalf, you don't want to give her too much time, especially with receivers like Fishbeck and Lamoureux. I mean, they'll take the top off of defense pretty much any play. So interesting choice here by Cole to bring the pressure pretty early, and I worked out there. Metcalf had to get the ball off and couldn't really find anyone.
Yeah, you like to see that from their defense. Metcalf again looking for her receiver. Incompleted pass. Looks like a bit of miscommunication there.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking, Julia. Looked like two receivers thought maybe the other one was going to get the ball, and the ball kind of just dove down on the ground. But Coach Arzaga, we're going to see this multiple times tonight, going for it on fourth down. They got to get to that 40-yard line, folks. So they have about 6 yards to go. So it's going to be an interesting play call here, and Coach Arzaga is very aggressive. So let's see what he draws up here.
I like that going for it on fourth down pretty early in this game. Metcalf with the ball, looking to run it, and she is able, maybe short
Yeah,
there.
she's gonna about to be a yard short there, it seems, from the first indication of the marker. Great job there, though, by Isabella Schneider. She's definitely been one of their top defensive players. I mean, she has 4 interceptions on the year, but you see her there, seems like Skyline's running a bit of a quarterback spy there. It seemed like they kind of were anticipating Metcalf to kind of go up and try to pick up the yards with their legs, and they're actually going to give them the first down. So I take back what I said. They're going to actually move the chains, so Metcalf just got just enough to move the chains as first and 20 is coming up.
I like what they've been doing so far here. Metcalf once again looking to throw to her left
Ooh.
and an incompleted pass to number 22, Lucy Lamoureux.
Yeah, Lamoureux is also a track star. I mean, they had senior night, and she was talking about how she's made track. She's made the state every year since a freshman, so seemed like she had her eyes a little too focused on running up the field before securing the ball there. But great job there again by Skyline, bringing the pressure as Mountain View faces now a 2nd and 20.
Metcalf again with the ball, looking to throw left once again, and it was just a little overthrown.
Yeah, it looked like the intended target there was Emma Fishbeck. Looked like she tried to just lob it in between those two Skyline defenders, between the linebackers and safeties, and little seems like Mountain View's trying to get their timing right in terms of passing game so far, but against Skyline, they're making it very uncomfortable for Tierra Metcalf, and uh, now they face 3rd and 20. They got to get to that 20-yard line to move the chains, and I believe this is 4th down territory for Mountain View. I think Coach Arzaga is going to go for it
Definitely.
if they
It's
don't
going to be
convert.
interesting to see. Got three receivers to the left, and she's looking to throw, and she has caught it and going right.
I mean, this is exactly what we've been seeing all year. I mean, not just this year, but last year since AI made this a sport and Coach Arzaga took over as the Mountain View coach. I mean, what a play design. I mean, that looks like an Andy Reid type of play design, a little catch and dump off there. And they made sure to give it to Lamoureux because Lamoureux has got some great speed to her. As now, instead of it being 3rd and 20, they face a 4th and 1. So just a short yard situation here.
And they're going to go for it.
Let's see. Ooh, it's going to be a false start here for Mountain View. So kind of just biting themselves here. And instead of being a 4th and 1, they now move back to that 26-yard mark. So I wonder if Coach Arzaga is going to try to call up something different here because I assume he was probably anticipating a run play, pick up that yard situation.
Especially with Metcalf, like we've said, really good on her feet. She's looking to throw.
And that's going to be out of the receiver's hands. So Skyline gave up that first 4th down conversion, but they came out and they made a stop here on this second 4th down conversion, and great stop there by the Coyotes. I mean, Coach Cole is talking about how much improvement he's seen from his team, and I think that just showed it right there. I mean, Mountain View was moving a pretty good drive. I mean, great play calls by Mountain View on offense, but Skyline stood their ground, and I think that false start really hurt them in the end there for that drive. As we now get a second
Definitely.
look at the Coyotes offense.
And I really like to see their defense on that, especially against Mountain View's incredible offense. And dumps it off to pick up about 3 yards.
Yeah, it looks like they're just making it pretty simple here for Serenity. I think it's I like when the coaches kind of take this first quarter to kind of get a feel of the offense and get a feel of the game so far as we're nearing the end of the first quarter. So Skyline might maybe get maybe one or two more plays off, I'd imagine in this quarter, and see what Coach Cole draws up here. You just send in Serenity.
It is a running clock, a little less than 10 seconds left here.
Seems like they're gonna get it off though.
And it looks like she's going to her right. That is number 5, once again, Savannah Allen, wide receiver for the Coyotes.
Yeah, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. So, again, though, another pretty solid play design there by Coach Cole. I mean, receiver coming in motion, and they kind of just did a direct snap to the receiver. Looked like that was number 17 once again, Isabella Schneider, who actually made a pretty good stop there on defense earlier in the game. And now it looks like they're going to face a 3rd down, though, but they do have a pretty solid amount of ways to go. So, I mean, if you're the Coyotes here, I'm assuming they're going to try to give Serenity the ball in her hands, and if she can't find her couple first looks, she's going to try to pick up some yards with her legs and make it an easier 4th down situation. As actually it's like maybe a 3rd and short here, about 4 yards to go. 3rd and 4 coming up here for the Coyotes.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what the offense does here. kind of get that momentum going for the rest of the game in the second quarter.
See what they do here. Trying to draw them off sides, it looks like. Great discipline, though, by Mountain View. You can see Jenny Wilson, she was not moving a bit. And I think she told her teammates, hey, don't go to the ball snap. So
Yeah, they did not budge.
it looks like we have a flag on the play. Let's see what this is going to be on. Maybe an illegal formation here. Wow. So I was completely wrong on that. So encroachment on the Toros is actually going to move this ball. I think that's gonna be about a 5 yard penalty there. So that's gonna actually no, it's only gonna be a couple there. Let's see. So instead of it being third and oh no, he's moving the ball again. Sorry, folks. All right, so that is a first down. So they didn't budge in the first one, but it looked like some of those Mountain View Toros were just lined up a little too much on that line there, and it was called encroachment. So Skyline getting a pretty big first down here. New set of chains. Let's see what they do here.
They're on the 40-yard line. Once again, Rojas with the ball, looking to throw. Almost brought down there. Runs to her right to pick up a couple yards. Looks like about 3 yards there.
And that is not an easy feat what Rojas just did. I know she only picked up a couple yards, but the fact she was able to outrun Jenny Wilson, not many quarterbacks in the state can say they've done that. Great job there by Wilson though, providing the pressure. No, she didn't get the flagpole obviously, which is what she wanted. She seems a little frustrated with herself, but because of that, she only let up about a couple yards there. So now it's going to be about a 2nd and 17 coming up here for the Coyotes. Really creative play design so far by Coach Cole. I've seen them play a little bit earlier in this year, and their offense seems to be kind of a mix of different motions and run plays. So we're going to kind of see if they keep going with that because it has worked pretty well so far.
Yeah, we've really seen their offense. I mean, just inching their way forward, and that's what you need to do. Looking to snap here. Rojas with the ball going left, looking to throw
Wow.
into double coverage. Almost picked off there
Love
by
the
the Mountain View.
love the play design there though. Kind of design bootleg, get it to your receiver on that right side, but great job by number 14, Jersey Levitt on Mountain View side, staying pretty disciplined, was watching the ball the entire time. So instead of it being almost a first down and could have been a lot worse, she had no one behind her. It is now a 3rd and long coming up there. So great job there by that Mountain View secondary, staying pretty disciplined on that play.
Definitely. You can really tell their defense was ready for that ball. Waiting for the snap here. Rojas with the ball, looking left again, and it is picked up by the receiver, only to pick up a couple yards.
Yeah,
That'll bring up fourth down.
yeah, great job there by Farron Robertson there, making that solid catch. And wasn't enough though, as it looks like Skyline's gonna send out their punting team. I think this is the right choice here. It would be about a 4th and 13. So Skyline is just gonna rely on their defense to hopefully make another stop, which they did last time. And Mountain View's gonna get a second look at offense, and we're gonna see what Coach Arzaga draws up here. And because I don't think he wasn't very happy with that last drive, how it ended. So we're gonna see how they do this here as the punt is up and
And this
away.
is number 6, Ava Hood. And the ball's dropped. Mountain View picks it up, runs to her right, and is brought down at about the 35. That was number 22, Lucy Lamro.
I mean, Julie, I know we're only very early in the second quarter, but Lamoureux's got some wheels on her. I mean, she fumbled the catch and at first, but she's able to recover really nicely, and she gives the Mountain View Toros a pretty good field position to start.
Yeah, I mean, once she bobbled the ball, I wasn't sure if she was going to be able to get anything from that, but you could see her pick it up and get ready and just get going to pick up quite a few yards after that.
So let's see what Coach Arzaga draws up here, as it looks like trips right here for the Toros.
Metcalf with the ball. She's looking right,
Wow.
and she is sacked by Skylines.
Great job there by Skyline. I mean, once again, Coach Cole has brought the pressure early and often here, and it's making the Toros pretty uncomfortable so far. And great job there by Zenobia Fuller. That makes her fourth sack of the year. So she's been one of the leading pass rushers here for the Coyotes, and see exactly why. Stayed disciplined, sealed the edge pretty nicely on Metcalf, and came up with a big sack.
Yeah, we've been seeing her apply the pressure all night.
Ooh.
Incompleted pass there.
It looks like the Toros are starting off a little slow here. Just looks like a kind of a couple miscommunications, little miscues here by the offense. Something we haven't really seen the past 5 games. I mean, they've been really breaking the doors open on teams in terms of their offense. So we're gonna see what Coach Arzaga calls up here as they start off with great field position, but now they face a 3rd and 10.
Metcalf with the ball, looking to throw to her right, and that is pass incompleted. A little bit of a low throw there, and that was to Lucy Lamro.
Yeah, and again, just another drop pass there. A, a great design though, a nice wheel route there for Lamro design, and it looked like that was Metcalf's second read, and Lamro was gonna have the first down, but just kind of dropped out of her hands a little bit there. So we haven't seen this a lot from the Toros. They're gonna have to punt it away on their second drive.
And the punt is up a little bit short there, and that is picked up by Skylines, number 17.
Wow. Great return there by Isabel Schneider. She kind of does it all for this team. I mean, she leads the team with interceptions. She's been pretty crucial so far on this offense. She's kind of taken a couple direct snaps, and she got a pretty good return there. She actually didn't know her flag wasn't pulled until a couple. She picked up a couple extra yards. She thought her flag was pulled. So now Skyline with great field position. They have a 1st and 4 coming up here. They just got to get to that 40-yard line to convert the chains here. So best field position Rojas in this offense has had so far. Let's see what the game plan is here. I expect kind of similar things.
And Schneider's only a sophomore, so she's only going to go up from here, which will be really exciting to see in the next couple of years. All receivers on the left side. Rojas has the ball and is looking to run, and they were not able to
Wow.
pick up her flag. She caught quite a few yards. I want to say like 15 yards she was able to pick up there.
I like what you said there, uh, Julia, earlier about how Isabella's a sophomore. Rojas is also a sophomore, so she's also just going to keep growing as her high school career goes along. And again, I mean, it looked like she was kind of jogging a little bit there. She also has uh, some pretty fast legs herself there, and because of that, it converts a first down. And Skyline is moving, has the ball on the Mountain View's 29-yard line. So think if you're Coach Arzaga, you kind of just, I think you might have to keep a spy on Rojas to make sure she can't get out of the pocket.
Definitely. And I mean, Skyline is just doing great in this game so far. Their defense, their offense has done really well. Rojas in the pocket. And it was handed off once again to number 12, Chelsea Dotson, wide receiver for the Coyotes.
Again, I mean, we've seen that maybe 3 or 4 times already. Direct snaps there to the receiver that's kind of near that snapper there, and because of that, they now have a 2nd and short coming up, and I love what Coach Cole has done so far. And Mountain View, I think they're kind of starting to learn a little bit of what the Skyline offense likes to do, and you could see there they were kind of waiting for that direct snap there that time. So I don't think they're going to be on the lookout to make sure they don't allow that to really be effective against them.
Yeah, and we've seen that a couple times, and you could definitely tell the first couple times it caught them off guard, but I'm sure they're going to be picking that up pretty quick here. Rojas with the ball, looking to her left, and drops it off. And that was to number 5, Savannah Allen.
Yeah, but there was a flag on the play, so I don't. Let's see what the ref calls here. Let's see. Yeah, so that looks like it was going to be an illegal block. So that's actually going to reverse the play call and actually move back Skyline a little bit. So you got to be a little careful there with that moving block because you can't have your hands in front while you're blocking. And it looked like that maybe got her hands and chest a little too much there, especially when you're moving. It's so hard to move and block at the same time, obviously. So, but great job there by Mountain View. I mean, another great pass rush there, and it kind of that's kind of the reason it drew the flag. So now Skyline faces a pretty crucial third down here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what their offense does on this play. Rojas with the ball. She's looking right and pressure, and it looks like
Wow.
she dumped it off,
That's
and she was able to pick up quite a few yards.
great. Rojas has been really impressive so far. And I mean, Jenny Wilson, again, really right there. I mean, she actually pulled the flag, but it wasn't in time. And she got the ball off. It didn't pick up a lot there, but it could have been a loss of yards. And instead, it's about a gain of one. So Rojas has definitely shown a lot of improvement throughout the season, and she's playing really well so far. But Skyline's going for it on 4th and 6. Let's see what they do here. Trying to draw them off sides once again, but Mountain View isn't budging, so Skyline looks like they're changing up the play here.
Great job by their defense to just stay, not move. Rojas with the ball, looking right. Once again,
Ooh.
pressure, just a low throw and incomplete pass.
Yeah, so that's going to be a turnover on down. So it's been a pretty solid defensive bout between these two teams, and Mountain View has about 3 minutes and 17 seconds to try to get some points on the board before halftime ends. A lot of miscommunication on the Mountain View's Toro side, but Coach Arzaga was talking to his offense a little bit there when they came off last time, so expect those mistakes to get cleaned up.
Yeah, their pass game has just struggled. Again, Metcalf with the ball, and it is almost picked off.
Isabella Snyder has been really great tonight. I mean, she almost got her 5th interception of the year, and looked like just a simple hitch concept there from the Mountain View offense. I expect them to maybe get the run game involved a little bit. Lamoureux has also been a pretty big rusher for them. I mean, she also leads the team in receiving yards, but she, as you see, she's lined up as running back right now next to Metcalf. So let's see what they do.
Again, Metcalf with the ball, going up the middle, but brought down only to pick up about maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, that looked like just a quarterback design draw there to kind of maybe set up an easier third down. So now they face about a 3rd and 11 here to move the chains. I expect Mountain View to get a little more aggressive here, though, as halftime is right around the corners, and they're going to try to get some points on the board.
Definitely. Again, we have Lamoureux ready, but not. And we have Metcalf running left, looking for a receiver, but cannot find one, and is brought down. Picks up about 4 or 5 yards there, and that'll bring up fourth down.
And this will hit the 2-minute warning, and I fully expected this from Coach Arzaga to, let's see. Oh, they actually are going to call a punt play. It looked like the offense was staying out there for a little bit there, but the offense is going to go 3 and out, so another drive where they just can't really find a rhythm going, but their defense has been really amazing so far, so I'm not surprised Coach Arzaga is going to put his faith in his defense to kind of make up another big stop. Oh, timeout though.
Yeah, it's been a really interesting offensive game for the Toros. They just have been miscommunicating, especially in the past game all night. Tough game for them.
Yeah, but something about Coach Arzaga and this Toros team, they make pretty good halftime adjustments, so he's going to take that halftime break. I mean, they could get the ball back before halftime, but I fully expect the Toros to kind of go into halftime and kind of tighten up those screws and get ready to roll. But the defense has been on fire, and let's see what they do again on here as the punt is up and away.
Definitely. The punt is up, and it is picked up by Skyline, and she is up the middle and is going. No receivers around her, and it looks like they're going to get a touchdown.
Wow. So what has been a defensive bout, the first touchdown of the game comes from special teams. So Skyline kind of stunning the crowd right now as they put up the first points on the board, a minute 45 left in the first half here. But I mean, great running there by Skyline, but you know, looked like the Toros just couldn't get quite grab their hands on that flag here. But you see Coach Arzaga huddling his team up here, and I fully expect them to get pretty aggressive here as they don't want to be trailing heading into halftime as the PAT attempt is about to go underway.
Definitely. And it looks like that's going to be number 6, Ava Hood,
It,
kicking
yeah,
for the Coyotes.
Ava Hood, kind of like Isabella Snyder, does a lot for this team. Safety, receiver, also their kicker. She's been pretty good this year on their kicks. Looks like they have to call a timeout though. Looks like the ball isn't how, or excuse me, looks like that placeholder isn't exactly how they would like it. But I mean, I saw Coach Arzaga as soon as that play happened, he immediately turned around, picked up his playbook, and huddled up his offense. So I fully expect Coach Arzaga to kind of get into his deep into his playbook here and kind of figure out a way to get some points on the board. But once again, Skyline just a great job there on special teams. Um, I mean, great fielding of the ball, obviously, but she found some green and she was pretty much gone as the PAT attempt is now about to happen.
Ava Hood once again kicking for the Coyotes.
Let's see here. Mountain View's got some tall girls though to hope to try to block this kick. And
The kick is no good.
yeah, it looks like it was just hitched a little bit to the left there. But like I said, Mountain View has some tall players on their team, so they kind of use that to their advantage. It's kind of intimidating when you see about 7 girls lining up, having their hands up.
Definitely.
So it turned out to be not a great play for them on special teams. They get one back, and Skyline missed the extra point. So let's see what the Toros do here. They got some really dynamic players on their offense. They start at the 30-yard line. Fully expect Lamoureux and Fishbeck to get involved in this game here. They're two leading receivers.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to see a different team from the Toros, especially going into the second half. We got a minute and 45 here, but after that play, thinking it might have woke them up a little, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do on offense. Metcalf with the ball, looking for a receiver, and it is just overthrown.
Yeah, once again though, Isabella Snyder on that coverage there for Skyline, pretty disciplined on her coverage there, and it turned out to she had a Metcalf kind of had to loft that ball a little bit over Schneider, and it led to a bit of a too much power on that ball here. So 2nd and 10 coming up here for the Toros. I expect maybe another wheel route here for Lamoureux.
Again, Metcalf looking, and she's running up the middle, but brought down, not picking up really any yards there.
Yeah, and that was again Zenobia Fuller there who was made that flagpole, and there is a penalty marker on the field though. Let's see who this is gonna be on.
Great job by Zenobia. She's done incredible all night on defense, applying that pressure and getting Metcalf nervous, honestly.
Yeah, so but it looks like that was defensive holding. I did kind of see that a little bit. It looked like Fishbeck was trying to break off her route there, and Skyline got a little too physical on that play. So what turned out to be a third and very crucial downage for the Toros turns into a, let's see, are they going to call it a first down here? Looks like it's going to be replay of 2nd down. So a very big momentum shift here for the Toros. Got to take advantage if you're Mountain View though.
Metcalf looking to throw, and that was intended for Lucy Lamoureux, just overthrown again.
Yeah, it looked like another wheel route that they've been trying to connect on. I fully expect them to keep going back to that because Skyline is leaving Lamoureux wide open on those those wheel routes. So I fully expect them to try to go back to that play at some point. Um, maybe even in this drive because I think once they get that first uh, solid pass down, it's just going to open up the doors for everything else for their offense. So we have about a minute and a half left in this first half.
For sure. And Metcalf's a great quarterback. She's got the ball and little slant throw. She's looking for
Oh
another
my
receiver,
goodness.
number
That
3.
was Metcalf with the catch there. So I've seen this a couple of
Crazy.
times here from the Mountain View team. They like to do the little double pass play there, but great job there by, I think that was number 12 with the pass. Uh, Carson Stapley. I mean, that pump fake was deadly, and it it turned out to be a pretty big play for the Toros.
Great job on their offense. Metcalf looking to throw and dumps it off. And it looks like that was number 9, Tatum Eaton, able to pick up a couple yards there.
And again, I've said this earlier, I've said this a couple times, but you have seen the absolute development of Metcalf as a quarterback. She obviously was a great quarterback last year. I mean, she led this team to a 6A championship for a reason. They went on an insane run. They've won 9 games this year. They only have one loss, but the pressure was in her face that entire play. And instead of taking the sack, she said, you know what, I'm just going to take my little check down here. And instead of it being a sack, they now have a first and 10 or first and 15 on Skyline's 35. And this is by far the best drive the Toros have pulled together so far.
Metcalf really has it all. She can throw, she can
She
run.
can catch
Yeah.
apparently too. So
And under pressure, she does really well, which we just saw.
yeah, so Mountain View actually called a timeout. So we have about 51 seconds here. Mountain View is going to try to get some points on the board here right before halftime ends. They will start with the ball as well, so it'd be a pretty big momentum shift if they get a touchdown and they end up they get the ball to start the second half. So first and 15 coming up here at Mountain View High School. The Toros have the ball,
They're on that 35-yard line.
moving the ball really well this drive. Let's see what they do.
Metcalf in the pocket. And she's going to run it up the middle, heading right, but is brought down.
Yeah, that was a great play there by Schneider. I think her legs got a little tangled up there, so there'll be a little injury timeout here.
Looks like she's getting up, which is really good to see.
Yeah, Schneider got up on her own weight there, so definitely love to see that. She has been phenomenal, and she said, "Coach, I'm good. Let me stay in this game." It looks like she is going to go out, but she has been absolutely phenomenal
Look,
for the Coyotes. But really glad to see her get up on her own weight.
definitely. It looks like it might have been just a little bit of cramping there. Not exactly sure, but
Yeah, but again, I mean, she's the reason that this Skyline team has been so phenomenal, on especially on defense, and she's going to be right back out there on the next play. So just shows the mental toughness that Schneider has, but little road blockage here for that Mountain View offense here, but they're gonna get a second down coming up, and I'm really expecting a deep shot to Lammer or Fishbeck here soon. I know the pressure has been really good by the Skyline Coyotes, but I think it's only a matter of time before Metcalf shows off that arm and hits one of her targets pretty deep.
Metcalf with the ball again. A little fake there, looking for her receiver.
Oh,
And that was intended for number 4, Annabelle Curtis, but she was just not able to get it. Incomplete pass.
yeah, great coverage there by Skyline once again, and I actually thought that ball was going to be tipped away, but it actually went over the head of the Coyotes, but just kind of went out of the hands there for the Toros. But a good play design there. Another a deep shot. We haven't seen a lot of those tonight.
That was a nice throw by Metcalf, too. Metcalf with the ball once again, looking for her receiver to the right.
Nope.
And that was caught by Lamoureux, but she was brought down pretty quickly.
Yeah, so that's going to be about a 4th and 5 coming up here. Fully expect Toros to go for it. But again, like I said, that wheel route to Lamoureux, they're going to keep going to that because it seems like they're leaving it open. I know she didn't pick up the first down, but instead of it being 3rd and long, it's 3rd and manageable here for the Toros. They have about 30 seconds left, so you could totally see Metcalf maybe running out of the pocket here, pick up the first down, get out of bounds. That's the problem when you face the Toros. I mean, they have so many speedsters on the outside, but then you also have to worry about the speedster behind the line. So, see,
With Metcalf and Lamoureux, I mean, they're just a dynamic duo. I think we're going to see a lot more of them in the second half.
and fun fact, Julia, this is actually Lamoureux's first year playing flag football, so you would not have could
You
not
wouldn't
tell.
expect
Yeah,
that. Yeah, for sure.
fourth down here.
Metcalf with the ball. Once again, looking for her receiver, and she's wide open, just slips through her hands. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, just another drop pass there by the Toros. So that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Toros. So seems like they can't really find a rhythm so far in this game, and they put together a pretty nice drive there, and it was a really really great pass there, but again just kind of fell out of that bucket. So let's see what Skyline does here. They have about 23 seconds left. They had that punt return touchdown earlier, so let's see if Coach Cole stays aggressive here or if he just wants to take this to halftime.
And all the receivers on the left side. Rojas running to her left, able to pick up a couple yards.
Yeah, and that's only going to pick up a couple here, and I don't think she's going to get out of bounds. So that looks like that's just going to take us to the end of the first half, unless Skyline takes a timeout, and they elect not to. So Skyline has completely come into Mountain View's senior night, and they are stunning right now. I mean, 6-0 lead for a Toros team that's averaging over 40 points per game in their last 5 games. So
Yeah, I mean, you can see the frustration down on the field from the Toros, but like we said, I think they're going to be a different team coming out in that second half, especially on senior night. I can see them getting fired up and ready.
exactly, and you actually see them already warming up here. Looks like Lamoureux's getting a couple extra routes in, which is pretty nice to see. Fishbeck and Lamoureux both trying to just get some extra reps in because seems like that communication between Metcalf and the receivers just hasn't quite been there like it has been this year. So we're gonna see what they do there, and
It's really good to see too them just getting that extra practice in from what they've been struggling in that first half.
exactly. And I believe we at Varsity Sports Show are gonna go to a quick halftime break here, but don't go anywhere because we have the second half of the Mountain View versus Skyline flag football game. Skyline currently leads 6-0, but don't go anywhere, folks. We still have a whole another half of football to play. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Mountain View High School, where we have a Mountain View Toros versus Skyline Coyotes flag football game. We're about to start second half here. Skyline has come in and completely shocked everyone as they have a 6-0 lead so far. But Mountain View gets the ball to start this half, so we're gonna get to see what they bring to the table.
It's going to be really interesting to see what they do on offense. And the kick is up, and it is caught. And that was by number 11, Emma Fishbeck. Great job there. You can see the wheels once again on her.
Yeah, and great field position. I mean, for the Toros, and I fully expect Lucy Lamoureux and Emma Fishbeck to get more involved in this game. They kind of got Lucy Lamoureux a little bit going in that last drive they had, so we're gonna see if they try to just get anything going on offense. We know this offense is very dynamic, very electric, so we're gonna see what kind of Toros team we get here in the second half as we're about to get the snap underway.
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't use Lamoureux as much as I thought they would in that first half.
It looks like they're just trying to set up the yard marker here.
Metcalf in the pocket. She's looking to throw, and just a little bit too far to her left, intended for Fishbeck once again.
Yeah, you can see Coach Arzaga not very happy with that throw there, and I wonder what that message was coming in to this half here, because Mountain View isn't, they're kind of beating themselves at this point, miscommunication between the receivers, just drop passes. So they, once they kind of get that rhythm going, they're going to really start to find a nice groove.
The ball is snapped, and Metcalf's looking to throw, and it is just overthrown once again.
Yeah, a little bit overthrown there by Metcalf, but Lamoureux had her hands on it there for a little bit. So third and long coming up here, about a third and 19. They got to get to that opposing 40. So Toro's just got to start clicking on offense.
Metcalf looking to throw once again. Just overthrown once again. A lot of pressure there by the Coyotes defense.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Toros just haven't been used to this kind of pressure in a couple games here. I mean, Skyline, I know their record says 4-6, but this is a pretty tough-nosed team. I mean, they're going to get in your face and they're going to make your quarterback uncomfortable, and that's exactly what they've done here tonight. And the Toros go 3-and-out. They're going to be forced to punt. We saw a punt return touchdown earlier by the Coyotes, so let's see if the Toros can kind of clean up that mistake from last time and pin them deep.
The punt is up and fumbled a little bit there by Skyline. Picks it back up. And she's still going. Brought down at about the 51-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, none other than Isabella Schneider there with that return and another great return by the Coyotes. So they give Serenity to Rojas and this Skyline offense pretty good field position. So the defense has been pretty great so far, though. I mean, the only points have come to special teams. So see if that defense can keep applying pressure and making crucial stops and give their offense the ball again.
It's going to bring up first down for the Coyotes.
See what Rojas does.
Rojas with the ball, looking to throw, and it is just thrown a little too far to the right.
Yeah, so I mean, Mountain View saw what Skyline's doing on defense, and they're trying to replicate that. They just sent two pass rushers there after Rojas, and Rojas had to get that ball up pretty quickly there. They don't want to give Rojas too much time in the pocket because if she does, she's just going to take off and run. And she's the leading rusher on the Skyline team for a reason. She's got some wheels on her. So Mountain View is trying to just stay disciplined and keep Rojas in that pocket and allow the secondary to do their job.
I mean, it's really just been a defensive game for both teams. Really good game to watch. Ball snap, and once again,
Yeah, that was another direct
handed
snap.
off to Chelsea Dodson.
Yeah, that was another direct snap, but that was by far the best stop they've gotten so far on that direct snap. Jenny Wilson there, I think she saw that kind of the whole way there and made sure that she got that flagpole. So Skyline now facing about a 3rd and 7 here. They've kind of struggled on these 3rd and 4th down opportunities. So let's see if they kind of flip the tide. And, they've also tried to catch Mountain View off sides a couple times here. So I wonder if they're going to try to go back to that as the offense is getting lined up here for a pretty big 3rd down.
Rojas with the ball, looking to her right, thrown up, and it was almost picked off. Triple coverage there.
Yeah, I mean, great job there by number 17 on the play, Kaylee Yazi, who has 4 interceptions on the year. So very well could have been her 5th interception as, the Skyline Coyotes forced Toros to a 3-and-out, but now the Toros also forced a 3-and-out on their own defense. So Skyline's going to punt this ball away, going to try to pin the Toros pretty far deep here. And let's see if the Toros can get something going.
And Ava Hood, great kicker, like we said,
Exactly.
especially her punting.
Another great punt.
Deep punt there, and that is picked up by the Toro. She's running to the right and able to pick up
Oh,
about 10 yards. Leaves them at about the 32.
I actually think Lamoureux's flag just fell off on its own there. I mean, if that didn't happen, she probably would have been off to the races there. I mean, you see the speed every time she has the ball in her hands. So I think Coach Arzaga sees this and is like, okay, how do I get the ball in her hands? When the ball is in her hands, great things happen. Same with Fishback. I mean, same with a lot of these Toros offensive players. So let's see what they do here. This is going to be their biggest drive of the game yet. They got to get points on the board.
Tough field position here to start out for the Toros. Metcalf with the ball and hands it off to, it looks like that's Fishback.
And again, I mean, what did I say? Coach Arzaga, he's got to get the ball in her hands. And the first play they run is a design run to Lamoureux and doesn't pick up the 1st down. But if instead of it being 1st and long, they're going to have about a 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3 coming up here. So great run there by Lamoureux. And I think it's kind of those simple things the Toros offense just needs to incorporate in their system. Just kind of get the easy things. I've been going for the home run play a little bit too early and often into these drives. So let's see if they continue.
Metcalf once again hands it off, and she is able to pick up several yards, still going, picks up the 1st down, and that was Lamoureux once again.
And again, they did the same exact play, but this time they flipped it to the other side. So great concept there by Coach Arzaga. Really loved to play the first time. Kind of threw him off by just flipping it the other way. And Lucy Lamoureux by herself has moved the chains, and they're going to be set up with a 1st and 20 on their own 40.
Like
And
you said, going back to the basics, I think is the most important for them right now. They've really been struggling when trying to throw too deep, so I think this has been really good offensively for a change for them.
exactly. So let's see what they do here about receiver split here.
Metcalf with the ball, fake to Lamoureux, pressure, but she's able to spin out,
Oh,
throws it deep, but it is an incomplete pass.
love, love, love the play design by Coach Arzaga once again. Did a fake handoff to Lucy Lamoureux, and the defense bid on it really good. Tiara Metcalf also had an amazing juke there to kind of set her feet and get that pass deep just a little bit over the heads there. But great job again by Skyline. They've stayed pretty disciplined on that secondary front, and now they're facing 2nd and 20.
I want to say there was a little miscommunication though on that play call. Metcalf with the ball, fakes it to Lamoureux once again. She's looking to her left, gets it up, and it is just that. She's still going all the way to the end zone. That was Fishback.
And
Incredible play there. Touchdown.
and Julia, what did I say? I said Coach Arzaga is gonna find a way to get the ball to Lamoureux and Fishbeck. Lamoureux started the drive off with her rushing abilities, and we know what Emma Fishbeck is. She is a true number one receiver. I mean, not only did she get up there and snag the ball, she was off to the races immediately.
Those three are just incredible to watch, especially when Metcalf is able to get it to those two.
And you,
Great things happen.
you see Coach Arzaga with a big smile on his face. He just talked to Metcalf after that play. Metcalf has a big smile on her face.
And the extra point was good.
And suddenly the tides have shifted, Julia. 4:51 here in the third quarter. Seemed like the Toros couldn't really do anything on offense, and that play, that drive, I mean, they were pinned to their own 20, put together a nice 80-yard drive there, and this is the Toros offense that we have come to expect throughout the entire season, and maybe that's the maybe that's the drive they needed to really get the ball moving and put some more points on the board. Not just that drive, but following drives.
And like we said, we thought we were going to see a different team in this second half, and we have. On that drive, it was just incredible. We're going to see Rojas back with the ball, looking to her right, and it is picked up, and she's still going, and it looks like she was brought down, only able to pick up a couple yards there.
Yeah, I mean, great job there by Coach Cole, just making it easy for his offense. Just a simple drag route there for the Coyotes, and because of that, they're going to move the chains pretty early here. And Rojas has been uh, really efficient this game, just in general. Uh, no touchdowns on the game, but she's kept the ball out of harm's way, and she's made plays with her arms and legs. So let's see what she does here. I mean, a great start to the drive, obviously, for the Coyotes.
We're going to be at about 4 minutes left in this third quarter.
Receiver split here.
Rojas once again hands it off, and she's running to her left, not able to pick up any there.
And that is just excellent discipline there by the Mountain View Toros. I mean, a reverse play, you see a lot of times teams bite on that play immediately. Ball went the opposite way, but great job there by number 24 on the Toros, Morgan Messer, just keeping her discipline and forcing that runner to kind of hit to the outside. And because of it, it's actually going to be a loss of yardage, Julia.
Great job once again by Mountain View's defense. I mean, they've been good all night, and that's really important, especially because their offense was struggling in that first half.
Yeah, exactly. Their defense, Mountain View's defense, has been absolutely phenomenal tonight, and they're just trying to get the ball back in Metcalf's hands and make more magic happen.
Rojas with the ball sends it off to number 5 once again, throws it up,
Oh.
and it looks like that was an incomplete pass. Almost looked picked off there for a second.
Yeah, but it looks like there is going to be a flag here on the Toros. So it's going to be a defensive holding, it looks like, actually. So instead of it being a crucial third down that the Skyline has to face, it's gonna make it a pretty different set of downs here. Let's see how they place it. So it's gonna be about that 42-yard line. So about 18 yards to go. So still a lot of yardage Skyline has to pick up, but instead of a third and long, it's about to be a second and manageable now. So almost an interception by the Toros too. What a play.
Yeah, a tough game for Mountain View, especially with the flags. I mean, I feel like it's really killed them a lot of the times, especially in the first half. And it was
Wow.
handed off, but she was not able to
Yep.
get any yards there. That was number 6, Ava Hood.
Yeah, great job there by number 15 though, Sky Reedhead. She, her and Ginny Wilson have been absolute dominant on that Mountain View defensive line. And again, Skyline went back to that direct snap, but the past two times they've done that, Reed and Ginny have been all over it. And now Skyline faces a 3rd and 15.
You know, I like that play call, but Mountain View has done a great job picking it up. I'm not sure if it's going to work anymore, if we're going to be honest.
Exactly. So now Skyline has A big play coming up here.
Little less than 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Rojas with the ball, looking to throw, and gets it was an incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass, and the Toros let up only one first down this drive. They stood their ground, and Skyline is setting their punting unit out there. You see the defense getting hyped up because they know their electric offense is going right back out on that field.
Great job defensively by them. Even with the flag, they were still stayed strong and were able to get that fourth down. Ava Hood once again kicking.
Let's see where this punt goes. And that's just gonna Lamoureux's just gonna let that one bounce out of bounds. Kind of an awkward punt situation there. So Toros are gonna set up kind of similar to where they were that last drive, and that obviously didn't affect them. As we have about a minute 6 left, and this third quarter, and the Toros have pretty much woken up completely this half. I mean, their defense has been playing amazing. Special teams making sure that the punt return for Skyline doesn't do much, and the offense put together a great drive last time. Let's see if they can do it again.
Metcalf with the ball, and she's looking to throw, and she's going to run it, picking up about 10 yards there.
There is another flag on the play though, so
Once again, great job by Metcalf, being able to pick up those yards when none of her receivers are open.
yep. And that was going to be actually an illegal block on the Coyotes, Coach Arzaga, and the Toros declined it after Metcalf picked up a pretty uh, good yardage there with her leg. So this Toros offense finding a pretty nice rhythm right now. About a 3rd and 7 coming up here for the our second and 7 coming up. Excuse me.
Great place to be for the Toros for sure. And it'll be interesting to see what they do here.
Let's see what they do. Interesting formation here. Bunch right
Looks
here.
like Metcalf looking to throw, picking
Wow.
up number 6, Cameron Halverson. Great throw there by Metcalf.
Yeah, great catch there by Alexis Archibald there. She's been really well this year. You know, with Fishbeck and Lamoureux kind of taking that spotlight. Don't sleep on Archibald. She is just as good as that catch showed. And Metcalf again just showing poise in the pocket and delivered a strike.
Again, Metcalf with the ball, looking to throw, just tosses it
Ooh.
up just a little over
Yeah.
Archibald's head.
Yeah, I try to go right back to Archibald, but that play actually happened as time expired. So we have about 1 quarter left to play here. The Toros, they have found a pretty nice rhythm in this second half. They seem like a completely different team. So let's see if they can convert some more points on the board and solidify their lead.
I mean, incredible game. I mean, speaking for myself, I don't think we were expecting it to be this tight. Really great game to watch. Defensively, great on both teams. But we've really seen these Toros wake up in the second half.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're gonna see exactly what this Toros team is. I mean, after this game, they only have 1 game left in the regular season. They've already cemented their spot in the playoffs. So this is not only just a game they want to win, but a game they really just trying to figure out what kind of team they're bringing into the playoffs because every team's going to try to knock them down. They're the reigning champs, so people want to knock them off their throne.
Metcalf once again looking to throw deep ball,
Whew.
and it is caught, and she is immediately brought down.
Yeah,
Looks like that was Fishbeck once again.
yeah. I mean, Metcalf has been absolutely impressive in this second half. She's staying, in that first half, she seemed a little bit antsy in the pocket, not always setting her feet, but I mean, this half, she's absolutely staying in the pocket and she is throwing absolute missiles to her targets, and they're moving the ball once again.
It's going to be 1st and 10 here. Metcalf looking to throw once again. Sends it to Fishbeck once again, and she is brought down at about the 10-yard line.
Again, this is a dynamic duo. We saw Fishbeck with that play earlier Lamoureux this time with the catch, and not only did she make the catch, but she picked up a couple extra with her legs. So now it's going to be first and goal. So that first scoring drive, we saw a kind of a home run play on this drive. I don't want to jinx it for them, obviously, but they're putting together a pretty nice methodical drive so far.
Yeah, really great job by their offense in the second half. Just a completely different team. Metcalf with the ball, looking to throw once again into the end zone.
And it looks like that ball just kind of hit the ground there, but Metcalf pretty dangerous with the ball there. Kind of threw into tight coverage, and luckily for her, the Coyotes didn't come down for it. So gonna be about second and goal coming up here. I expect some more drag routes here, but the Toros kind of working pretty well in their favor. Maybe send Lamoureux on a wheel route, see what they do.
Metcalf looking to her left. Pressure there by the defense.
Ooh, ball just kind of slipped out of her hands there. There's no fumbles in flag football, so not too big of a worry there in terms of losing the football. It just kind of makes the play automatically dead. But now they're facing a third and goal, so they're kind of stalling a little bit here in the goal line.
She was able to pick up about 3 yards, but still, it is third down.
Yeah, let's see what they do here. Big third and goal. I'm curious to see though if they don't convert, if they go for a field goal, if they stay aggressive.
I was just thinking that. Metcalf looking to her left to throw. Pressure. And she is brought down at about the 2 yard line.
I this offense is staying out. It's 4th and 1 at the goal line. They're gonna go for it. I actually really like that idea there by Metcalf because she was either obviously going for the touchdown, but if she didn't get the touchdown, she's setting up her team for a really short 4th and goal situation. Coach Arzaga didn't even think twice about going for it this time, so big play.
Great job there by the Coyotes defense too. Metcalf with the ball looking to throw, tosses it up, and
Oh,
it's no good.
love the play design there by the Coyotes. They sent 4 rushers there at Metcalf. Because not only did they not want her to rush, they said, hey, you're going to have to throw this thing immediately. And they get a huge stop here. 8:45 left. So the Toros are putting together a nice drive. Skyline made a huge goal line stop. I've actually, the other game I saw, they were playing Highland. They actually had about 3 or 4 of those. So that's kind of their bread and butter on defense. If they get you down there, they know how to stop you in your tracks. But 4 rushers, Julie, that was interesting.
It really was, but I mean, just incredible job, like you said, by the Coyotes defense. They needed that stop, and they were able to get it.
Not great field position for them, though. And that's going to be a false start. So, in retrospect, that's not really going to move the ball too much as it's at the 1 yard line. But, um, yeah, I mean, it's going to be like basically on that goal line. So, Skyline is got to be careful what they do here because Mountain View could easily just send the pressure and try to get a safety here. Let's see. Deep in her own end zone is Rojas.
Ball to Rojas, looking to her left, and dumps it off, able to pick up about 3 yards there.
Yeah, great job by Rojas. Not a great, I mean, excuse me, not a lot of yards picked up on the play there, but pretty good decision. Just give yourself some breathing room because Mountain View sent a lot of pressure. They were kind of go for that safety there, and you're still backed up on your own 4 yard line, but it's a lot better than being at the inch line. So about 8 minutes to go here. Skyline's got to put together a drive here if they want to pull off an upset. Interested to see what Coach Cole calls up here.
Rojas dumps it off once again.
And again, just kind of picking up a couple yards here and there. That was to number 5 on
Savannah
Skyline.
Allen.
Yep, Savannah Allen. I mean, again, great job by Rojas getting the ball out of her hands fast. You do not have time to hold on to the ball in that situation. And now she has a pretty solid breathing room. Doesn't have to worry about safety too much in this situation. Now you just kind of have to worry about getting that first down as the clock is ticking. They don't have a lot of time on their hands right now.
I really like that play call in that situation as well.
Yeah, I do too. Definitely a great choice there by Coach Cole.
Rojas running to her right, but is brought down very quickly.
I mean, this is the type of energy Jenny Wilson brings to this defense. I mean, she quite literally barrel rolled to make that flagpole. So she's been doing that since her freshman year last year. Just want to remind people she's still an underclassman. She's making plays like this. She's hyping up her teammates. She's the captain of this defense, and you can tell why. She's a vocal leader, and she's her play speaks for itself too.
Yeah, incredible job there. I mean, if Rojas got going, it could have been bad, but great stop there. They're going to go ahead and punt the ball. That is caught by Fishbeck. Her wheels are still going,
Oh,
but she's brought down.
yeah, the ball. Great job there by number 5 on Skyline. I think that was Savannah Allen. So great job by her. She didn't get the flagpole, but she kind of peanut punched that ball out of there. Kind of ended the play. But this is by far the Toros' best field position so far. They hold a 1 point lead, about 6 minutes left in this game, but they sit at Skyline's 30. Uh, Skyline's 29-yard line. So absolutely amazing field position. So fully expect the Toros to try to put some more points on the board and feel comfortable with their lead late in the game.
Got a little over 6 minutes left here. But like you said, great field position. Metcalf fakes it there and throws a long ball,
Ooh.
just overthrown.
Yeah, I mean, I don't honestly don't mind that ball placement there by Metcalf. She was about to get sacked, and if you're gonna throw the ball deep, make sure it doesn't go anywhere near the opposing team. That's exactly what she did. She's like, I'm gonna give my receiver a chance, but I'm not giving the other team a chance, and it just kind of sailed a little bit out of bounds. But about 2nd and 9 coming up here for the Toros. I kind of expect Metcalf to maybe use her legs a little bit more. She's kind of gone away from that.
Definitely. I think they're going to get a little more aggressive here. Metcalf looking to throw again to number 22. That is
Great job by
Lucy
Lamoureux.
Lamoureux once again.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it multiple times. They keep saying that's kind of her special play there, that little wheel route, either coming off the line or coming out of the backfield. And I think the whole point of that play is just to get the ball in her hands because she's gonna make some special moves. And because of that, it's gonna be 1st and goal now at the 19-yard line. So the Toros, not only they're moving the ball, but they're burning a lot of clock.
Metcalf looking deep once again to Lamoureux.
Oh, incomplete pass, but Lamoureux almost came down with that ball. Great coverage there by the Coyotes, though. I mean, that was number 2. It looked like Annabella Rodriguez, or excuse me, number 12, Chelsea Dodson there on the coverage there for Lamoureux. We have about 4.5 minutes left to play, so Toros are looking to put some points on the board while also taking as much time off the clock as possible.
It'll be interesting to see if she gets it back to Lamoureux. I mean, she just bobbled it there. Metcalf looking to run, going to her left, passes it off to Lamoureux. She's able to pick up quite a few yards there.
And again, another great play design. It was a design option there for Metcalf, and I love that about Metcalf. She's not selfish at all. She said, I'm gonna get tackled, so I'm about to dump it off to Lucy Lamoureux, and it's exactly what she did. And so instead of it being like maybe a 2 or 3 yard gain, they now set up about 3rd and 9 here, 3rd and goal here at the 9-yard line. So an easier third down here for the Toros.
Metcalf looking to throw, throws to her right, and it is caught
Oh, again, just down at that 1 yard line. You see Coach Arzaga not quite happy with that. So again, it's going to be 4th and goal at the 1 yard line. Last time this happened, Skyline brought the pressure. Let's see if Coach Arzaga goes for it. I think he is. I think he called a timeout to kind of figure out a nice play because last time Skyline brought almost everyone on the defensive front. So, I mean, if you're Coach Arzaga, Julia, do you kind of just say, I'm going to give it in my QB's hands and just see if she can make something happen?
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, Metcalf, she has the wheels. She can do it. I think that's a really great option. I mean, either way, like we've seen her dump it off to Lamoureux, get it to Fishbeck. I think this is just such an incredible offense. You have to go for it to kind of conceal that win with a little bit over 3 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the perks. I mean, not every team obviously has a dual threat quarterback. We just so happen to be in a covering a game which both quarterbacks are dual threats, but that's one of the positive things is if you're the Coyotes, you have to worry about Metcalf kind of using her legs, but I mean, she's shown time and time again that her arm is just as good, if not better. So
This is going to be a really interesting play. I mean, like we've said all night, the Coyotes have an incredible defense.
let's see what they do here. Metcalf all alone in the backfield,
Metcalf just runs it right in,
and that's
gets that touchdown.
exactly what you need to call in that situation by Coach Arzaga. Give it in your quarterback's hands. 4th and goal at the 1 yard line. You have about 3 minutes to go, and you extend your lead. So great job there.
I mean, Metcalf has just been great all night. We can really see it there. Perfect play call, like we said. And the kick is good.
So now Skyline, they have about 3 minutes and 5 seconds to march down the field. They need a touchdown and a 2 point conversion here. So Coach Cole in this offense has really got to get deep in their playbook and figure out something because this Mountain View defense has been reluctant all night to not allow any yards. But yeah, I mean, going again to that play, Tierra Metcalf, I mean, you know, passing touchdown in the game, rushing touchdown in the game, she has completely changed the dynamic in the second half along with the rest of this team. So great job by her, great play calling for the Toros, and let's see if their defense can get a game-sealing stop here.
I'd love to see the Coyotes come out aggressive on this play. Rojas with the ball, looking to throw to her right, and it is caught, and she is brought down.
Yeah, I mean, exactly like you said, they came out aggressive, a designed bootleg to the right, set Rojas up, and she found Ava Hood, who has been really good tonight, and all of a sudden, Skyline just had probably their best offensive play of the night, if not one of their best, and about 2.5 minutes to go, so looks like they're picking up the tempo here.
Much better field position now. It's going to be an interesting last couple minutes in this game. Rojas with the ball, hands it off to number 5, Savannah Allen.
Yeah, and that's going to go out of bounds, but we haven't hit the 2 minute warning yet, so the running clock still applies unless it is the 2 minute warning. So the clock is still ticking. See if Skyline gets another snap off before that 2 minute warning.
That'll be second down at about 4 as well.
Yeah, I don't think they will. So we have hit the 2 minute warning officially. So now the running clock has officially stopped here. Obviously, unless the ball stays in bounds, but let's see. This is probably the biggest drive of the Skyline's year.
Rojas going to her left, trying to pick up that first down, but she's brought down. There's a flag on the field.
Let's see what they call here. Looks like let's see what they call here. Wow. So that's going to be a holding call on the Toros. So that might actually give them the first down. Let's see where the And that's where the ball's going to play. And that's going to be a huge holding too. I mean, it's about a 10-yard play. So now the Skyline set up 1st and 10 at Mountain View's 34.
Rojas running to her left, trying to pick up a couple yards. She's able to pick up about 15 yards. Incredible job there by Rojas.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Um, Honestly, Skyline has been putting together their best offensive drive by far, and you quite literally couldn't have asked it at a better time. Clock is ticking, about a minute and a half left, but Skyline is in a good rhythm right now. They are making Mountain View work, and this is going to come down to the wire, Julia.
Definitely. I mean, we're about first and about, they're on the 19-yard line right now. You can tell that the Toros are a little bit nervous, something we haven't really seen.
Yeah, let's see what they do here.
Rojas once again looking left, trying to find a receiver and dumps it off, but she is brought down, only picking up a couple yards there.
Yeah, the only problem is she stayed in bounds, Julia, so that clock is ticking. Skyline called a timeout, though, so about 46.9 seconds left. Skyline officially, barring any penalties, obviously. Skyline has about 3 chances to get in this end zone, 2nd and goal. I mean, if you're Skyline, I mean, I do exactly what Mountain View did. Put it in Rojas's hands. Let your quarterback win you this game, or let you tie this game up. Excuse me. I think that's what you have to do if you're Skyline, and if you're Mountain View, I think you let Jenny Wilson do her thing and get to that quarterback and get a crucial sack here.
For sure, and I mean, they have to go for two, so crazy game here.
Yeah, I know this is definitely an exciting one. I mean, we talked to Coach Cole. I mean, he said the improvements from his team last year to this year, and he talked about he's like, I don't know what our playoff situation looks like. He said, I don't know if we're gonna get in, but he definitely said if we're not gonna get in, we're gonna make sure some of these rankings get messed up for other teams and knock some of these other teams out of the playoffs. So let's see what they do here.
I mean, these Coyotes have put up a fight all night. It's been really great to see.
2nd and goal coming up.
Rojas with the ball, going left, looking for a receiver. Once again, pressure, and she is brought down.
And I mean, none other than the person right next to Jenny Wilson, Sky Reedhead. She leads this team in sacks for a reason. She is a amazing playmaker. I mean, she has been dominant in that front seven tonight. And now the Coyotes call another timeout. So 2 chances here. 36 seconds left. This is this is definitely the biggest moment in Skyline's season so far. I mean, taking down a 9-1 Mountain View team would be remarkable for their program. I mean, Coach Cole had really it was great talking to him before the game because you can definitely tell he's just so happy that the girls just love playing football and how much they've improved, and you can definitely see it here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you can really see their passion, especially the girls on the sidelines. They have been hyped all night. Ball snapped to Rojas. She's looking to her right this time, and she's going to run to try and pick up the yards. Brought down
Wow, great job by
by Jersey
Jersey.
Levitt.
Yeah, she's more of a defensive back for them, but she came up big, and Skyline has to use their last timeout. So 4th and goal coming up here. This is what decides whether or not Skyline keeps this game alive. And if Mountain View gets a stop here, they just need to take a knee and they're out of here.
I mean, you cannot ask for a better
Yeah.
defense right now from the Toros. They are putting everything out there on the line for this team. It's just been an incredible thing to watch.
You honestly couldn't ask for a better game. I mean, this has been remarkable. I mean, it literally is coming down to 26 seconds left and 4th and goal. If you're Mountain View, though, stay disciplined. Do not, if you cannot afford a penalty right here. You cannot afford to give them a fresh set of downs. So let's see what happens here, Julia.
Definitely. And we've seen her try and get them off sides. Not sure if they're going to do that here. Rojas with the ball, looking to throw, and she does not get it. The pressure by the Toros defense was too much for her.
Are you kidding me? What a play by the Mountain View Toros, and more specifically, what a play by Sky Reedhead, who made that last defensive stand her own. Because I'm like in disbelief right now. She just absolutely got to Rojas there, and now after a very close game, Toros are going to come out of here with a win.
This was just an incredible game to watch for both teams. I mean, it was just great to see what Skyline was able to do against this Mountain View team.
Exactly,
Just
and
a great job by both teams.
that will do it here at Mountain View here, folks. After that victory formation, the Mountain View Toros moved to 10-1 on the season, a 6-game winning streak. They have 1 game left in their regular season before they begin their quest to repeat as 6A champions as they win 14-6 in home territory of the Skyline Coyotes. I have been Mason Byers in the call, joined with my wonderful play-by-play commentator
Coin.
Julia Coyne. It has been a great game tonight. Thank you so much, folks, at the Varsity Sports Show for tuning in, and have a great night.